If you take one thing from this book, it's that by not needing, you get everything you need. Instead of coveting, controlling, advocating for yourself, debating, simply not needing one particular person or thing opens you up to a lot of flexibility, and you end up attracting a lot of people and things that you might need. Don't need, and you'll get what you need. What's up, the internet? Welcome to another episode of the Not Boring Book Club. I'm coming to you live from Wildlife Preserve in Sherman Oaks, and we're reading Anthony DeMello's Awareness still. He's sort of the hardcore Eckhart Tolle. Today we're talking about addictive love. DeMello states, "If I need you to make me happy, I've got to use you. I've got to manipulate you. I've got to find ways and means of winning you. I cannot let you be free. I can only love people when I have emptied my life of people, when I die to the need for people." That's when you can only love people. In the beginning, it feels awful. It feels lonely. Alone. Okay, so this is a distinction I wanna talk about a little bit. Here's my spiritual journey for you. I managed to let go of my anger and my neediness for other people in a lot of ways. If I'm dating someone, for example, I like them, okay? If they do things that annoy me, I'm open, I'm accepting. I may not marry them, but I'm not criticizing. I'm not trying to change people very often in my day-to-day. However, there's one little loophole that I indulge in. So what happens is I will get into a relationship with somebody, and we'll be going honky-dory. Maybe I'll show up late every now and then, do a few things that frustrate people, and then eventually they go, "Hey Devin, you invited me to this thing, and I didn't have a place to sit, and I wasn't sure how to get there." Criticism. And I go, "Well, what about the bigger picture? I did all this other stuff, right? And hey, you're being a little harsh. What about there was this other thing, and I couldn't do anything about it, blah, blah, blah." And then they go, "Hey, just listen to me, okay? This made me feel a certain way. Why don't you just hear me right now?" And I just go, "Yeah, but you criticized me a lot, and it's like 4 times in the last month, and it's hard for me, and blah, blah, blah." And then eventually, what started as someone just criticizing me, giving me some information, turns into me criticizing them for criticizing. Ha! That's the loophole, okay? I'm not disgusted by anything except for disgust. I don't criticize anything except for criticism. However, that's a trap. It's a trap! Because if I'm going to go around criticizing all the people who are criticizing, let's say people writing blogs about stuff, "This movie sucked." Generally speaking, my instinct is always to go, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Okay, that person made a movie, you didn't. I want to criticize the criticizer." However, in a way, it's the same thing, isn't it? When it comes down to the nuts and bolts of it, are you focusing on positive things, what you like, or are you focusing on what you don't like and what you want to change? And one thing I want to change is people's desire to change everybody. And so that is something recently I've really looked at and gone, okay, maybe I don't need everybody to be civil and like me all the time. Maybe if somebody wants to criticize me or just doesn't like me, I can still create space for them and for that. And I don't have to run away from it because it hurts. Nobody does wrong in awareness. Very good to, generally speaking, ask that question. What did I do wrong? This one's about attachment to peace. Did it ever occur to you that you could be happy in tension? For me, if I'm in tension with somebody, if I'm doing something that bothers them or vice versa, my tendency is to say, maybe you're not for me. I don't accept that in myself, so I don't have to accept that in you. But you can exist in tension. And actually, the more you grow in the world, the more tension you're going to have to adopt. Unfortunately, we live in a culture where people who try to do a lot, they get a lot of hate. They get a lot of pushback. You might consider it sort of a balance of powers that goes on in our culture. Why do celebrities, every little thing about them is broken down and under the spotlight? Why is every presidential candidate, we have to vet their entire lives, everything they've ever said? So if you're a higher, exposure person, you're exposing yourself to more tension. So instead of just going, "Life's not fair, I don't do that, that person cut me off, oh, my boss is so unfair, la 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 la, my girlfriend, my boyfriend is always on me." Yeah, if you want to stay small, you can be smaller than all those people and they'll ignore you. I think I had a year in DC where everyone on earth ignored me. I was just snorting Adderall in the bottom of a library basement reading weird philosophy books, and I don't think anybody knew I existed for a year. Okay, if you want a tension-free life, you'll have different kinds of tension. I certainly did, but you won't have that interpersonal tension. However, if you want to grow, if you want to shine, if you want to connect, if you want to create a community, you have to get over the hump of learning how to deal with tension. When a sailboat has a mighty wind in its sail, it glides along so effortlessly that the boatman has nothing to do but steer. That's an image of what happens when change comes through awareness. I'm sure we've all felt that, right? When you cut water, the water doesn't get hurt. When you cut something solid, it breaks. You've got solid attitudes inside of you. That's why it hurts. If the nose is unobstructed, the result is a sense of smell. If the mouth is unobstructed, the result is a sense of taste. If the mind is unobstructed, the result is wisdom. It's awareness. If the heart is unobstructed, the result is love. What does it mean to love?
What is love?
It means to see a person, a situation, a thing as it really is, not as you imagine it to be. I remember when I was first starting college, I listened to All You Need Is Love, and it kind of like landed on me in a different way. I really thought, maybe all you do need is love. But then what is love? Someone taking you as you are and accepting that. It's pretty cool, man. Let me change my battery pack. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye.